Overcoming addiction is a lifelong commitment. Today, 2 people celebrated the beginning of their new sober lives. The Milestone Foundation held a graduation ceremony for 2 men who completed its residential treatment program. Foundation officials say cuts to substance abuse programs in the governor's budget could make this the last graduation for that treatment facility. News Center's Sarah DeLage has the story.
John Michaud is starting a new chapter in his life. He is sober, employed, and reunited with his family. It's a long way from where he was a year ago, living on the streets.
I would be able to get a job, but keeping it was almost impossible because I would drink at work and I wouldn't show up for work. I wasn't a trustworthy person.
Michaud tried treatment several times before he was finally ready for recovery.
I had to reach like a personal bottom that I wasn't willing to live that way anymore, and it just got to the point where I just didn't want to, continue drinking and everything that went along with it. Lost relationships and being estranged from my family, and I just wasn't willing to do it anymore.
Michaud spent 7 days in detox before moving to Milestone's residential substance abuse treatment facility. Milestone Executive Director Tom Allen says that's the goal for all of the addicts Milestone works with.
What our outreach workers are selling really when they're out on the street is hope that if you come and you detox, we can get you into a treatment program, a long-term treatment program, get you off the street in a safe, supportive housing environment where there's counselors and trained professionals who can help you to change your behavior.
But Allen says proposed cuts in the governor's budget could eliminate this level of treatment. The budget calls for taking millions of dollars for substance abuse services from the Fund for Healthy Maine and putting them back into the general fund. Allen says that could mean having to close residential treatment facilities like this one.
It might save money now, but does it really save money in the long run? And we know that if our clients were not able to come here, they would more likely end up in jail.
Allen says that's a much more expensive option.
In the current budget climate where, money's tight, it's getting harder and harder to convince people that those are dollars that are well spent. But we know there's a study from 2007 that shows that for every dollar that the state of Maine spends on substance abuse treatment, it saves $7 in corrections.
As for John Michaud, he's now working full-time for Milestone, trying to get others off the streets and into treatment.
I'm glad to say I haven't missed a day of work. I help other people to achieve what I've achieved.
An achievement that this recovery community hopes will not fall victim to budget cuts. In Old Orchard Beach, Sarah DeLage, News Center.
And a hearing on those substance abuse service cuts is scheduled for next Friday at the State House.